Welcome to Community Corner. My name is David DeWitt Taylor.
Hello, my name is Aaron Karnig Castle.
Welcome to Community Corner, everyone. My name is Mr. Ryan Nicholas Gray. David, please introduce our guest today,
Mr. Gray.
my good sir.
We are so happy to welcome Kristina Trevarrow, the Executive Director of the Downtown Development Authority in Rochester, Michigan. She's here to share information about the City of Rochester and the many ways the city includes those living there that have disabilities by providing many plans that are designed to include all people and provide inclusive welcoming to any place to live. Please welcome Kristy.
Thank you. How are you? Well, Kristy, David, please ask the first question.
Sure. Kristy, please tell us a little about your background.
Sure.
Come here today.
Sure. Actually, my background is in marketing, even though my craft is in community development. So I started out in advertising and special events, worked with the DDA doing that, and then have been director for 4 years. So I work on business development, which is recruitment, marketing, special events, and a lot of things I think we'll be talking about here today.
Cool. Orion?
Yeah. Did you need special training?
Absolutely. Actually, I go to trainings probably about 5 times a year, both nationally and with the state of Michigan, where they talk to us about ways to work with volunteers, how to recruit businesses, how to market to bring people into downtown, and how to create programs that serve the entire community. So you're always learning and always training.
Okay. Orion?
Thank you, gentlemen. Kristy, how did the department work with city officials?
Oh, sure. Actually, the DDA board, which is the board that I work with, they're actually appointed by the city council. And so the city council picks people that have a particular interest in downtown, whether they're a resident, a property owner, or a business owner. And so we work very closely with the city council, and actually the mayor and one of our council members have standing positions on our DDA board. So we're making sure that we're always doing things that connect with each other and making sure that we're administering programs that really go with the full vision of the city.
David, have a question?
Yes, I do. How is your department funded?
Oh, yep, great question. The department is actually funded through something called TIF financing. So what that means is when you have a city that has a downtown development authority, or DDA, that actually we're able to capture the regular taxes that you would pay anyway, but we can use them in the DDA district. So anyone who's in our district, we take their taxes and reinvest them right back in the community into sidewalk repairs, into planting flowers, into special events, into anything that you see physically happening downtown.
How do you get contacted?
Well, we have different people that can come to us through meetings. They can come to us in my office because we're right downtown, or they can come to us through the city council, where they actually come to us to contact us and let us know what they need.
Do you have a website and a phone number?
We sure do. Our website is www.downtownrochestermi.com, and we just actually updated our website, so it's brand new. And to get us by phone, it's 248-656-0060.
Thank you. Orion?
Yeah, then. At what location are meetings held?
Oh, they're actually held at the City Council Chambers, which is at 406th Street. And the DDA meets the 3rd Wednesday of every month, except for November and December, where we meet the 2nd Wednesday of the month due to holidays. And that's at 7:30 in the evening. And anyone is welcome to attend. And I know that they're also broadcast on CMN.
Orion?
Thank you, Dave, and thank you, Aaron. Now, Kristy. Yeah, I've seen lots of things at the parks downtown over the years that I've been running around this lovely city of ours, Kristy. But how having the parks in Rochester changed accommodate the disabled? Because I have some people in bikes. Are the parks accessible for people who have disabilities?
They absolutely are. And actually, we just built a new park 2 years ago, just actually finished it this last year. It's the Rochester Lions Park, and it's by the Royal Park Hotel, and it's right on the river. And we actually built in seating. We built an amphitheater there, and so we built in seating so that it is absolutely accessible for anyone with disabilities. And in addition to that, we also are working on a new plan to rebuild one of our existing parks with the same type of thing to make sure that it's accessible for everybody. But we really love the parks in Rochester. They're so beautiful. They're great gathering places. We hold special events there, and we always make sure that there are ways to make sure that everyone can come and enjoy our natural amenities in downtown.
Do you have a question,
And so
David?
speaking of the disabled, I hear you have traffic signals that help people with disabilities and leader dogs. Can you explain and tell us how the city traffic signals help the disabled and the leader dogs?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Rochester is actually a training center for leader dogs. So all of our traffic signals downtown have audible signals. So that means that when you go to a corner, you can push a button and it actually talks to you and gives you a countdown, letting you know when you can. It talks to you and it gives you a countdown and tells you how you can cross the street and tells you how safely you can cross the street. And also has a countdown clock so you can see that in front of you. So if you come to the corner and maybe the light hasn't just changed, you can know how long you have to get across the street. And the leader dogs actually train downtown, I believe it's 6 days a week. And we have them with the trainers from Leader Dog and then eventually with their clients training downtown. So they actually get real world experience. And they actually come down during sidewalk sales too, so they can navigate through the tents and tables and things like that to put them in real situations.
I'd like to add, who does the voice of the signals?
Actually, we get our signals through the Michigan Department of Transportation, so I'm not quite sure who the voice is on them. But it's a very pleasant voice. We know that because we sit at sidewalk sales and we hear it nonstop for a couple days as we're sitting on the corner. So it's a very pleasant voice, but we don't know who it is.
This is at downtown Rochester. Are these lights out?
Oh, sure. Yeah, actually, in downtown Rochester, all the traffic signals all have that same signal on it throughout the city. I think they're expanding that as well.
That's awesome.
Can I question you?
Yeah. If someone wanted to join the DDA, are there any fees or memberships involved?
Not at all. If anyone wants to be a part of the DDA, we're actually a volunteer-based organization. So while we do have staff members, everything else is volunteers. So we have several standing committees. We have 5 of those where they meet regularly, and then depending on time of year, we have special committees working on special projects or special events. So at any time, if anyone wants to get involved, there's no fees, there's no anything. It's just the time that you would like to donate.
Can me, right, Aaron, join that?
Of course you can, absolutely. And we have committees for anyone, any kind of interest. So some people really enjoy special events, so there's a promotions committee. Some people really enjoy doing things that involve building, and so we have a site development committee. Some people like to just do small projects, and so we have, on occasion, small projects that are short-term projects that come up.
Is it every day of the week or different days?
Typically, depending on the committee, they meet once a month. And then the committee chair reports back to the DDA on the progress. And depending on if it's a special project, for instance, a special event, that might meet a little bit more often just because they have a little bit more planning to do as the event comes up. But typically it's about a once-a-month commitment for an hour or 2.
Interesting. Ryan?
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, David and Aaron. Christy, is there a method for citizens to meet with you about the concerns? Because, I've heard many citizens complaining that, they're not in the traffic lights on time because I think it's important that you and the downtown authority can develop these wonderful things for people with disabilities. And it's really
Or without disabilities?
without disabilities. It's really important that people, as I've seen people on bikes, in wheelchairs, it's kind of very different.
Anything.
So, is there a way for citizens to get in touch anyway?
Absolutely. At the numbers that I provided earlier, certainly people can contact me and they can meet with me personally or they can meet with my staff. But also our meetings are open to the public. So anyone who wants to come to a DDA board meeting, we always have a miscellaneous audience comments right at the top of the meeting, and anyone is welcome to talk to the DDA board about anything. Or if you wanted to have something more formal, you can certainly contact me ahead of time and we can actually get you an item on the agenda. And we form those about a month ahead of time. So that's all the notice that we need to get you onto an agenda because the DDA just meets once a month.
David, any question, David?
Yes, I do. Can anyone join your team and attend meetings like the disabled?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, anyone can join our team or come to meetings, anything like that. Absolutely.
Excellent.
Aaron?
Yeah. Okay. How do you work with downtown restaurants?
Oh, our restaurants, that's actually one of our big business segments. A lot of people come downtown because they enjoy our restaurants. So we actually recently met with our restaurants to talk about maybe doing some special events in the wintertime when it's a little bit slower downtown because it's colder and it's harder for people to get downtown to walk around. So we're trying to put together some new ideas how we can work with the restaurants.
I recommend the smart bus.
Okay. Yep, absolutely. The Smart Bus. Right now, we don't have busing that comes downtown. However, OU has a shuttle that's coming through downtown, and OPC uses a shuttle to come downtown, but we don't have Smart Bus in downtown yet.
I got an idea that would help people move, but it probably can't be done until way in the future. Moving sidewalks.
It's funny that you say that because we actually found an old DDA plan from 1983, and it actually had elevated sidewalks that went over Main Street from building to building. So I think it was one of those, in the future kind of ideas that people back in the early 80s thought that was something that, so elevated sidewalks. So that certainly isn't far off. I think
elevated.
Several years ago, people were really thinking about that. So it's interesting. And you find some of the bigger cities actually have moving sidewalks in some of the areas to get around. It's really interesting.
I'll stop laughing.
What?
I never seen such a thing.
If you slip yourself,
Moving sidewalk? Are you crazy?
oh, they're cool.
They're pretty cool.
Have you all seen the Jetsons?
No, Christy. What happens? What happens when people receive calls of concern because somebody call in and say we have a problem with it? Say downtown, we have a problem with our parks. So where do those calls go? And is someone to whom I could contact and tell them?
Sure,
how I feel?
Absolutely. There is a department head for every section of the city. So typically your best bet is to call the city first, and they'd be able to direct you whether it comes over to the DDA or if it would be something that would go to their director of parks, director of the building department, the deputy city manager, the city clerk, whomever. And you can get to the City of Rochester by calling 248-651-9061, and they're great to work with, and they'd be able to direct you anyway. But certainly any time that I've ever had anyone raise a concern with us, we've always gone either to the city department that handles it or directly to the business if it's something related to a business.
How can people get registered to vote? Because I'm registered to vote.
And actually, if you're interested in anything with the election within Rochester, you would want to talk to the city clerk, who's Leanne O'Connor, and she sends out absentee ballots. She gets people helps people to figure out where do they need to vote and how to get there. But Leanne O'Connor is the person you'd want to talk to about that.
Let's just say my mom had a dream to be one of those people for the elections.
Oh, really?
Seriously.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the head, please tell us about kicks for a cause and explain.
Oh, sure. That's a new event that we're doing. It's part of the opening night of the Big Bright Light Show. We partnered with Rochester Area Neighborhood House. They provide a lot of services to people in our community that have different needs. And one of the things that we found that a lot of teenagers need are shoes, that they don't have shoes that are either in style or they're hand-me-down shoes that just don't fit anymore, have holes, things like that. So Kicks for a Cause, Kicks is slang for shoes. And so we're asking people that they come down to enjoy the Big Bright Light Show on opening night on November 30th to bring a new pair of shoes with you, and Neighborhood House will be there collecting those, so then they'll distribute those to their people that live in our community that need the help. So we think it's going to be a great event. We're really excited about it, and we hope we'll be able to get a lot of shoes for the kids in our community.
Mr. Castle.
Yeah.
Question?
Yeah. How do you work with downtown retail stores?
Retailers are probably our most involved volunteers because really all the special events that we do downtown, they really benefit a lot of the retailers. So we do not only special events that you see like a sidewalk sale or the Fire and Ice Fest that's coming up at the end of January, but we talk to them on a daily basis about using social media, about being on Facebook, about being on Twitter, about how they can keep their costs down. We bring in nationally renowned speakers to talk to them about how they can do business a little bit more smartly or how they can do window displays or do merchandising. And so we work directly with the downtown businesses, specifically the retailers, every day.
Orion?
Thank you. Christy, is there a forum for the disabled to share requests and ideas with you?
Sure, and actually there's two different forums. One would be the DDA board meetings that you could come to on the third Wednesday of the month or second Wednesday for this month and for December, or City Council, where you can go to see the City Council. They meet more often. They meet the second and fourth Mondays of the month at 7:30 p.m. at the City Council chambers, and they, just like the DDA, have an audience comment section right at the very top of the meeting, so you could come to do that, or you could contact City Hall directly and get on an agenda.
All right.
So given that, there's about 3 different opportunities a month that are formal opportunities that you can come talk to either City Council or DDA.
David, question, David?
How do you promote the DDA activities and why?
Oh, well, the DDA activities, it's important to promote the downtown because after you do special events, sometimes people forget that downtown Rochester's there. We need people to support the downtown not only during special events, but at other times of the year. So we are using social media quite a bit. We do a lot with Facebook. We have a very active fan page that we're posting on quite often. We do a lot with Twitter. But in addition to that, the website is a huge piece for us. A lot of people go to the website to get information. We do image campaigns. We do downtown gift certificates. So we're constantly out there trying to raise awareness of downtown Rochester and everything that we have to offer, from retail to restaurant to offices.
Aaron, have a question for our guest today?
Yeah. Please tell us about the summer outdoor movie event.
Oh, sure. Movies in the Moonlight. It's one of my favorites. That's been going on since 2002. And we show it, it's always on Saturday nights in the summer, usually in July. We've been skipping 4th of July weekend just because we think people aren't going to be around. But this next year we'll actually have 4 movies. We do it in the lot where we have our farmers market lot down on East 3rd Street. We usually get about 1,000 people a night. It's a free movie. We call it BYOC, Bring Your Own Chair. And we invite people to come in, watch the movie. The Rochester Lions Club is there, and they sell, it's a fundraiser for Leader Dogs for the Blind, popcorn, cotton candy, ice cream, soda. So you can come down, have a really inexpensive night out with the family. We try to do family-friendly movies. Everything's rated PG or G.
Yeah.
We do cartoons, we do holiday movies, we do action movies, romance, everything.
I want to say thank you. 'Cause I went down to one of those with my friend Ryan, and I want to say thank you for showing the remake of my dad's favorite classic, the one playing facial.
And that actually was our very first
That was
3D movie.
Awesome. I love that movie. It was great.
Oh,
I
I'm
love
so glad.
3D.
Yeah, we've never shown 3D down before. People really enjoyed it. That's great. Thank you.
Welcome.
Now, Christy, please tell us about some major downtown events, because I've seen like Rock and Roz downtown. I've seen all kinds of events going on.
Sure.
Because you guys had Bumblebee from Transformers.
We did have Bumblebee for Transformers.
I love that movie. It's an awesome movie.
It's a great movie.
Explain why.
Yeah, we've
Transformers.
actually, we showed Transformers at Movies in the Moonlight, which is a great
I
event.
missed that movie.
Rock and Rods is also done by the Rochester Lions Club, and they get about 500 cars to come downtown.
Whoa,
Yeah, it's really great.
500?
The Corvettes are my favorite, but that's me.
I
But they
like
have
Mustang.
Yep, they have great. It's a great show, and again, all the funds go to Leader Dogs for the Blind. The weekend prior to that, we do Dancing in the Street. So we have kids entertainment, we have a taste fest with the downtown Rochester restaurants, and we have live music.
I like to add, do you also do the historic cars in the Rochester Park?
Actually, we don't do that one. That's actually run through, there's the Historical Society and the Historical Commission that work on the Heritage Festival, and they do the Festival of Cars that actually, I believe the Rochester Lions Club's involved with that too. The Lions are all over Rochester. They do a lot with us, but especially with the Festival of Cars, Rock and Rods, and things like that. But that's a great show, and it's a different show. That one's less hot rods, whereas Rock and Rods is definitely a lot more of the hot rods and muscle cars and
classic
things.
Muscle cars.
Yep, exactly.
So,
David, you have a question, David?
yes, I do. When did the white light bit show start?
It started in 2006, and that year we started with about 500,000 lights covering 2 blocks, both sides of Main Street, and now it's expanded to over 1 million lights, and we're in our 4th year.
A million?
Did you say 1 million?
Yeah, I did
You're
indeed.
talking 1 million? Yikes!
Right, more than one, baby.
That's a lot of lights.
It's a lot of lights.
You have a question, Aaron?
Could you tell us more about how you got the idea?
Oh, sure. Actually,
Please do.
sure. That idea actually came, I was on vacation with my family in Disney World, and they have an event there at their Hollywood studio called the Osborne Family Spectacle of Lights. Not from Ozzy Osbourne, but actually from Jennings Osborne from Little Rock, Arkansas, that he had an amazing holiday light display on his home and also on the houses next to his. And it became such an attraction that it became a problem for his neighbors. So Disney World heard about it, went and actually took the light show and brought it to the Hollywood studios. So they cover the buildings like we do in Rochester, but then they have so many more things. They have 5 million lights, and they have flying angels and spinning Christmas trees and so many other things. But when I saw that, and I saw all the people enjoying it, I thought, what a wonderful thing that would be to bring back home to Michigan and to Rochester to put on our buildings. And so that's where the idea. That's
5 million?
5
Spinning
million.
Christmas trees?
Spinning
Serious?
Christmas
I
trees.
mean, this is by then.
It's a beautiful show. It's amazing. So that's where the idea came from.
No, Christy, how does this light show help the downtown business? Because, I've been downtown several times. My dad and I have been down to get haircuts, and I think it's really important that what you guys do is a wonderful job downtown.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate that.
I love downtown.
How does this light show help the businesses downtown?
Every day.
And downtown, I think that so many people call it home, and so we wanted to put something there that people would be really proud to invite their friends and neighbors to come down and see everything that Rochester had to offer. But it does help the businesses because, especially at the holiday time, most businesses make the majority of their money during the holiday season. They make about 40% of their income. So we wanted something that would set us apart, make us a must-see holiday destination. And that's how the light show was born. In the very first year after we had the light show, businesses reported an average 29% increase in business.
Wow.
So that let us know that we were on the right track.
3 years and you're still going strong.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
David, have a question, David?
That's a do, Mr. Ray. What kind of national recognition has the light show received and why?
Actually, we have been featured on CNN, on Fox News, and most recently we were on Good Morning America, where they featured us. Sam Champion did a shout out to the Big Bright Light Show, and that was just last year. But also we've gotten international attention. Travel Michigan, the Pure Michigan campaigns that you've seen, they did a Shop Metro Detroit campaign in Ontario last year, and they were able to feature the Big Bright Light Show on 20 billboards that were all throughout Ontario trying to draw people here. So now we can say the light show is actually international.
I recommend looking for because they are trying to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Local 4 has been very good to us. All the TV stations have been great about covering the light show because I think a lot of people just want something that's very holiday that they can bring the family down and something that's free and easy to do.
Mm-hmm. Ellen?
Yep. I can remember my sister attending dancing in the street. Can you please tell us about it?
Oh, sure. Dancing in the Street. That's actually been going on since 1995. So many years.
Wow. Actually, my niece was born.
Oh, wow. That's small world, I'll tell you. It's been going on for a really long time. And as I say these dates, it's making me feel older and older. But Dancing in the Street, it used to be for 4 weekends in the summertime. And then we found that it just became really a bigger event, a lot of expenses. So we cut it back to really 1 weekend, but we still do live music in the evenings. This last year we had Boogie Dynamite that did 70s funk and rock. We had an 80s band called Square Pegs that did 80s covers. And we were talking about that you guys are 80s music fans. So we do things like that. We have kids entertainment in the afternoon, and then we have a great taste fest. So anything that you'd want from barbecue ribs and pizza to jambalaya, Cruisemere bread, everything. It's really fantastic.
You're talking
That's a beach, baby.
That's it, David, Aaron.
Everybody do it, sissy, hippie.
You know why? Because I like Motown. And then Dancing in the Street, I have some of my Muslims and Mandelas. They call Dancing in the Street.
And we haven't done 60s, we've done 70s. We had last year, we had Spirit of 76 that they did all 70s music. We haven't gone back to the 60s yet, but that would be a great idea.
You gotta do some Motown.
Yep, we need some Motown, definitely. But we've had all different kinds of music. We've had blues, we've had reggae, we've had 50s music, we've had swing. A lot of different things because we think everybody likes different kinds of music, so we wanted to put it out there.
I'm a 60s level, and I'm a DJ, and I just might invite a DJ that for you.
Oh, God, that'd be great.
And my business does a do time.
Oh, sure. And
I play 60s.
That'd be great. Yeah, 60s music is very popular.
Now, what new things are being planned for this year's show? Because I've seen, the show is awesome, but what's planned for this year's show?
Oh, for the Big Bright Light Show?
Big one.
We are actually going to be expanding this year. We're going to be going north on Main Street. So we're going to be going right where the show stops at University. That's going to go all the way up to Romeo Road where the Dairy Queen is.
Yeah.
And that area is going to be a little bit different. We wanted it to be set apart. So we're actually going to be outlining those buildings in lights. And then they're going to have large lighted displays. So giant nutcrackers, a 100-foot Santa train.
Train?
Yep, Candy Cane Lane that's going to have a gingerbread house. And all of these things are in lights. A gingerbread family, a skating family, Victorian carolers, all of these things are going to be displays in lights.
I'm coming downtown. I'm coming down there.
It's going to be pretty fantastic. We're really excited about it.
All right. Do you have a question, David?
Yes, I do.
We close our program?
We're not done yet.
I do.
Yeah, don't go too fast.
Yeah, I am. Tell us about the number of lights and how they tune on and why.
Oh, sure. Number of lights this year, I don't have I know it's going to be over 1 million, but we haven't gotten the final number. We're hoping we're going to be about 1.3 million lights this year, once all the lights go up, which we think will be pretty fantastic. But they actually are on a wireless system that all starts at the DDA office. If you drive through town right now on top of our building, you see this really large antenna that all goes to this one box that the light show is controlled from that one box.
Oh, that is cool.
Yep.
Question then.
My question is, has the DDA received any awards?
DDA has received awards. We received.
How many?
I don't know the number offhand. If I was going to take a guess, over the years, we've probably received dozens of awards. Most recently, we just got 2 awards, one for the Big Bright Light Show. This was from Main Street, Oakland County for Outstanding Special Event, and also for Outstanding Promotional Design Piece, which was for our downtown magazine, the In Town magazine. So thank you. Thank you. We're excited about that.
All right, my question is this. Does the DDA know about the Rochester Day program called Disabled 26 and Older? It is called Starting Point, and Mrs. Taylor Davis' mother started the program. Have you ever heard about Starting Point?
I haven't heard about Starting Point, but I'd love to hear more about it.
May I explain?
Please.
Please explain
It's
to
a
her.
program for 26 and older for people that are disabled to go out in the community to understand volunteer sites, other special skills.
Like laundry skills, like
More than laundry skills, Ryan.
budgeting money,
Yeah.
cleaning your own room, learning how to cook properly,
There was a
health
group
nutritious
of
meals.
parents that met and
right.
meeting, and they overheard that this lady got married, and her name is Gina. Her husband is Detlef, and she's the head of Starting Point. But life skills, Dale Wagner, the one who got this program started with these group of parents. And my name wasn't mentioned until about 2 years ago. There were other people before me. So I'm really grateful I'm in that program thanks to my mother.
Oh, that's wonderful. It sounds like a great program.
Yes.
Yeah, one left.
My question is, how does the DDA have the future plans to promote activities aimed for the disabled and without disabled population?
Oh, sure.
And why?
And I think it's important that anything that we're planning, we're always thinking about making sure it's accessible to anyone to attend. Whether it's by age or whether it's with disabilities or not, we try to make sure that we're always looking at that. So any new building projects that we're working on are certainly going to be ADA accessible. So we're going to make sure that that's something that goes with anything. But any of the events that we do, we're always making sure that it's something that people can come to and that it's accessible to everybody, whether it's our farmers market on Saturdays, movies in the moonlight, or Big Bright Light Show, because it's important that if we're doing something for the community, that the entire community can come down to enjoy it.
Okay, Ryan, please close our show, please.
Thank you. Ryan, that's great. It has been wonderful hearing Christine. Christine, the details about the city in which all 3 hosts live in, to hear about many activities that the Downtown Development Authority has plans for the needs of both of the disabled and the abilities and the disabled. We
I'd
thank
like
you
to
so
say
much
thanks to
for
be our
sharing
guest.
information with us and helping us better understand your work that you do. I want to tell you something, Christy. I think our authority is a wonderful organization.
Thank
And
you.
it's great. I hope you all have a wonderful time on the show today. This has been another edition of Community Corner. I'm
I want
Mr.
to say
Gray.
thanks for being our guest. My name is DeWitt Taylor. Thank you, Christy, for coming down.
Thank
And this
you.
is
Thanks for being our guest today. My name is Alan Karnig Castle.
It's community corner. See you all in Christmas December.
ho ho ho.